Hello and welcome to our weekly World Climate Change News. I'm Alexandra and today we're going to discuss the following topics. Tropical forests could turn into savannas. Melting glaciers threaten the lives of people. Climate change is the top challenge of the decade. Large companies to commit to net zero targets. 2021 Earth Hour is the most successful in history. Nepal adapting to climate change. Climate change is threatening the internet. So let's get started. Tropical forests could turn into savannas. According to a recent study, tropical forests in Brazil's Cerrado biome might look more like savannas or deciduous forests in the future due to climate change. The intense heat waves in the region are disrupting the photosynthesis pattern of the trees. Global warming is causing damage to the leaf tissues, and it is compromising its photosynthetic efficiency, reducing the tree's fitness. Heat stress could also affect the CO2 uptake capacity of the tree, reducing the carbon sink of tropical areas. Melting glacier threaten the lives of people. Climate change has caused the ice field on the Rwenzori Mountains in Uganda to shrink from 6.5 square kilometers in 1903 to less than 1 square kilometer in 2003. Other impacts of climate change in Uganda include forest fires, droughts and floods, with a pattern of less frequent but heavier rainfall. Last year, heavy rainfall in May brought the entire town of Kalembe to the ground, destroying houses and schools. The consequences of global warming are much severe in the tropics than they are elsewhere in the world. Climate change is the top challenge of the decade. Climate change is seen as the most important challenge of the coming decade, according to the UNESCO Global Survey conducted in 25 languages with over 15,000 participants. The participants believe that education on climate change, along with investments in green solutions, are the key ways to address this challenge and mitigate climate change. The results also showed that higher level of global cooperation with concrete and impactful projects is needed to tackle these challenges in the best possible way. Large companies commit to net zero targets. According to a recent report by the Energy and Climate Intelligence Unit, along with Oxford Net Zero, 21% of the 2,000 largest public companies in the world have adopted the net zero goals and plans in order to tackle climate change. The report also found that 61% of countries, 9% of the nations with highest emissions, and 13% of cities with a population over 500,000 have already set the net zero targets. 2021 Earth Hour is the most successful in history. On Saturday, March 27th, millions of people gathered online for the 2021 Earth Hour to discuss fruitful ways of climate action and advocate sustainable planet. Individuals, leaders, celebrities, youth organizations and businesses from 192 countries and territories came together virtually to speak up for the nature. This comprised the most successful event in Earth Hour's 15-year history, an unequivocal sign of the growing public awareness about environmental issues and climate change. Nepal adapting to climate change. Nepal is continuously threatened by extreme weather events, such as floods, landslides, and wildfires. This is particularly worrying as climate change is expected to further increase the frequency as well as the extent of such events. The Nepalese government is currently working with the UNDP to become more resilient, minimize human casualties, and preserve livelihoods through early warning systems, off-grid clear energy, and reforestation. For the country to develop sustainably, the authorities must imperatively take into account the voices of marginalized groups, namely women, disabled people, and indigenous communities. Climate change is threatening the internet. Climate change-related events could create conditions that could effectively cut off access to the internet. Severe weather conditions and sea level rise, both of which are expected to increase, pose a significant risk. Experts have called out for building resilience, particularly concerning protection of the internet infrastructure, so that we did not have to face a disaster recovery in the future. as these extreme weather events are becoming more and more common. Thank you for watching. This was Alexandra for the Weekly World Climate Change News. If you find this interesting, subscribe to our channel and join us here next week.